Hi guys, today I'm going to make a banana flax muffins. For this you're going to need flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, ground flaxseed, 2 very ripe bananas, olive oil, vanilla extract, milk, and then if you want some nuts or some chocolate chips. This is about how you want your bananas. You want them really, really overripe, because it's going to give you the most flavor. So when you buy your bananas, or you can get the like almost ruined produce at the store, and that's usually a reduced price. Just let your bananas kind of hang out for a couple days, get a little overripe. So what you're going to do with your bananas, you're going to put your 2 bananas in a bowl, and you're going to take a fork and you're just going to mash them all up really well. And this shouldn't be too difficult because they're already so ripe. When you get them really ripe like this, if you don't want to take the time to make your banana bread right then, I never waste overripe bananas. I'll either cut them up and freeze them, and I keep them in the freezer. I'll actually show you. I cut them up and I keep them in the freezer in little baggies. And then you can take that out and you can put it in a blender and make a smoothie in the morning, which is what I do. Or you can keep it and just mark how many bananas you have per bag, and you can actually thaw them out and make banana bread with it. Or if you mash it up, that makes baby food. So there's a lot that you can do with mashed bananas. They can replace like the fat in recipes and brownies and stuff, so never ever waste this. Okay, so to my mashed bananas, I'm going to add olive oil. I need 1/3 of a cup. And of course the only olive oil that I have is in this really awful little like swirly bottle, so it takes forever. I'm just going to get the olive oil and the banana mixed together, and then let them kind of hang out over here on the side. Now in this bowl I have 1 1/3 cups of white flour. I would use wheat, but we don't have any, so I'm just going to go with the white flour. To that I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. You can use Splenda or stevia if you like. I try and avoid those fake sugars because I'm pregnant. I don't think it's very good for the baby. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I like sea salt. I just think it's a little bit better for you. But go ahead and use table salt, whatever kind you want, or the recipe is actually pretty fine without it. I've forgotten it before. So if you're on a reduced sodium diet, since there is sodium in the baking powder and the baking soda, you really don't need to add the salt. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of ground flax. It's really finely ground. It comes like this from the grocery store. The one that I get is Hodgson Mill brand. You can dump that in there. It's about $3 per box. And flax is really great because there's over 2,000 milligrams of the omega-3 fatty acids in the omega-3 oils rather, in just 2 tablespoons of this. So I'm just going to give this all a little stir together, and I'm going to add in a pinch of cinnamon. about like a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm big on cinnamon. Cinnamon is so good for you. It helps regulate your blood sugar, helps destroy the germs that cause bad breath. So banana bread is usually a morning type thing. So that'll help with your morning dragon breath. So once that's all nice and mixed together and incorporated, you can go ahead and add 2/3 of a cup of milk. You can use soy or almond, whatever you have. This is just regular old 1% milk. You also need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to use imitation extract just because what I have on hand. But any non-sweetened extract is fine. I'm going to stir all this together. My wet and my dry ingredients. Okay, now to that I'm going to add in my bananas and my oil. And you want to do it in stages like this because the flax tends to really soak up the moisture, so it's kind of like a dry, sticky dough. Oh, that banana smells so good. So you're just going to mix this all together really well so that there's no visible dry spots or giant clumps of unmixed ingredients. That all mixed in together. This should make about 18 large muffins for 4 points a piece. It'd be about 3 points if you use the artificial sweetener. I'm going to make mini muffins because I already have a batch of these. That's the regular muffins. I just have these silicone baking sheets. I technically don't need to grease them, but I always just give them a quick spray. Makes it easier. Here's the secret: an ice cream scoop. Use your ice cream scoop to get even amounts of batter in all of your baking dishes, all of your little muffin cups. That way they all bake up and are about the same size. You don't have any that are overcooked or undercooked. I'm just going to really quickly throw these all together. And then comes the fun part. You can keep them just like this and not add anything to them, or if you like, you can add I love walnuts. You can put some chopped walnuts in the batter or on top. If you're going to put it in the batter, I would do about 1/4 of a cup or so. But I have some picky eaters at my house who don't like nuts. So I'm going to do some chocolate chips in a couple, because that's what my son will really like. Just pop a couple little chocolate chips on top, maybe like 3 for each. And that's just going to give them a little sweetness. Make them yummy. Just kind of press it into the batter. It'll melt in and get sucked into the muffin as these bake up. I'm going to do half of this one with chocolate chips. And now the other half, because like I said, I really like nuts on my banana muffins. I'm going to take a couple of pecans, and I'm just going to give them a quick rough chop. Kind of break them up, because they're pretty big. If you want to, you can certainly just put a big one on top, and it looks pretty. And these are great, like, for get-togethers, potluck breakfasts, whatever. People won't even know that they're Weight Watchers approved. I'm just going to put a couple little pieces of pecan on the top of these and get them all ready. So once you have them all scooped out and you have everything ready to go, you're going to put these into an oven at 375 degrees, and they take roughly 15 minutes for the big ones, probably about 12 for the mini muffins. You'll know when they're done. They'll look cooked like muffins. So here is the little raw ones. And if I take you over to my fridge really quick, which is a mess, I have, these are the full-sized ones that I made, and I'll just show you. Sorry. You get all that for about 4 points, which isn't huge, but they're really filling. They smell really good, and they're delicious. And this is the flax seeds that I buy. So I'll put a picture of the finished product. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Thanks.